Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Sorry to trick y'all, but I'm not. First of all, not Asian American. Second of all, not a dude. Could never be Markiplier. But I did watch this movie recently. What was it called? It's called like Copper Organ. No, it's like Golden Long Intestine. So, plot at the start of the movie, we find out that there was this quiet rapture that basically took out half of fucking everything. No stars, no trees, basically no humans, and the people that are left are really trying to scrap together some bullshit to try and bring up humanity and civilization. Simon is a convict, and he's in this program where they're sending convicts into submarines into the blood ocean that they're on the moon to basically see if there's any materials that can help them live, make food, or even maybe get oxygen. And I say that because the very crime that Markiplier's character committed was burning the last tree. So it makes me think that they're trying to find a way to get the oxygen from the blood river to maybe bring more oxygen in. And let me tell you, that as a concept is so fucking cool. Like everyone's out. Humanity is on its last straw, and they have to go dive into a blood ocean to try and bring it back. That is so cool. Basically, you see Markiplier's character go through the blood ocean, search of just any new information, any new materials, but then ends up finding this giant fish beast and another submarine, even though they told him that he was the only one. Even though they told him he was the only one to go down there. I usually shy away from movies that only take place in one area because if they're not done correctly, they become visually boring, which makes you get on your phone, start doing something else. But Markiplier did this in a way where all the shots were different. He got really creative with showing parts of the submarine, and he even had moving shots in the submarine that made great transitions. But a part of it that I didn't like was how dark the movie was. And I know that they're doing that strategically and also to set the tone, but there were parts where he was holding something that was really crucial to the plot and I just was not seeing it. I was squinting, I was trying to see if there was a different angle or something, but I was just not seeing it. And there's parts where it really works. There's a scene where he's talking to the woman directing him to do all this, and through the window of the submarine, and it really works in that sense because your eyes are only directed to them talking and everything out there is kind of blacked out. And then there's other scenes where he's looking at the computer, or it makes the camera that he's using within the submarine really work and become really more important because now you understand why he needs it, because you really just can't fucking see in that. That's so far my only complaint about direction. Everything else outside of that, about it being dark, I loved. I love how creative he got. But the first half of the movie is kind of a slow burn. I feel like it's really drawn out because the first half is just, first you watch a guy just do his job, and then whenever the submarine crashes, he has to find a way to fix it from the inside, through a crawl space. And I just feel like that whole process was really drawn out. But it's almost like a risk for reward thing, because then the other half of the movie, there's a lot of push, a lot of things are happening, it's really intriguing. But that part, I felt myself getting, just not losing interest, but just getting a little bored. Just a little bit. But then I'm brought back by Markiplier taking his shirt off, which I think he did strategically because you knew this was going to be a slow burn at the start. Not a lot of people have the attention span for it, so what do? You show your boobs on camera. I know what you're doing. I'm not upset about it. Are you gonna do it again? What I felt was so cool about Simon's arc was that it started off with he wanted to live. He did all these awful things. His brothers are dead. He wants to live. And I like how it transitions from that to him being okay with death and realizing that there's bigger things than that. That was something I really liked from the movie. They told you they welded it shut. You think you're living? No. Something I wish the movie expanded on was the blood ocean. I thought after watching the movie that we would, or I thought after watching Markiplier play the game, that he would be expanding more on why there's like, or answering the question of why there's blood in the ocean, and I thought that he would add more to like the like world building of Iron Lung, but he didn't. He instead added more to like the character you play as, which of course you're going to because it's the main character. Your character has to have lore for there to be an arc, for there to even be a movie. But I still wish it answered the question of why there was freaking blood ocean on the moon. I know it's something to do with like the quiet rapture that they start at the beginning, like making all that happen. But my theory after watching the movie was that the moon was like a living thing, mostly because the like what like the blood is liquidized. Like whenever blood's like is just sat somewhere, it clots together. Like I was amazed how he was even able to like swim through that shit. So I thought the moon was like a living thing, and the like creature on there was kind of working as a white blood cell, keeping everything that isn't supposed to be there out, right? Like the submarine, like the people that just happen to be there. But then my theory was in kind of turned lopsided because in the game they confirm that's human blood, which just raises even more questions. Why is it human blood, and how did the fish come to be? So I'm gonna be honest, for a movie that is written, directed, produced, and starring Markiplier, really good movie. Really good independent movie. And it was like #1 in America. Give a round of applause for Markiplier real quick. Like, that is such a huge accomplishment for something that was literally like self-made. One guy. And also, for a movie that's a video game adaptation, this is probably the best one since... This is probably the one good one. This is probably, like, the good one. It stayed very true to the game in the sense that it's literally a guy in a submarine.
We have shit our pants.